Okay, let's edit our levitation slash surrealism photograph. So I'm going to start by opening the background image. So you should have two images here. This one is the one without the subject in it. I'm going to go ahead and open that one. And then I'm going to go File, Open, or Place Embedded. In Photo P, it's Open and Place and Open. Open and Place. And then hit that, and that pop that right in there. Now you're going to want to check to make sure they're aligned first. So I'm going to turn the opacity down to 50%, and you can see my background and my image are pretty well lined up. If I needed to free transform them to line them up a little bit better, that would, keep it at 50% and align them. Next, I'm going to add a mask on this layer one, and I'm going to take my paintbrush, make sure that it's black, and then make sure that the hardness is down to 0. And when you zoom in on this, I'm going to paint out the stool. Now, if I hide the background, you can see that I really just masked out the stool. That was it. And because that background and the picture aligned pretty well, they look good. Now mine's a little off, I can tell. So maybe if I just get my move tool, there we go, line those up a little bit better. And you can see the colors off just a tiny bit. So to fix that, I'm going to add a levels layer, just like we did with our teacher face swap. I'm going to clip it to it. So hold down Alt and click right in between those two layers. And I can just bump that color up a little bit. You can see if I bump it way up, you can see the spot that is the background in the foreground. I'm just going to get those matching a little better. Now for a little flair for this, let's try like a black and white layer. And I don't want it all black and white. I mean, you could if you wanted to. Maybe just turn the opacity down on that just a little bit so it's just not so intense. Next, let's add what we call a vignette. One simple way to do a vignette is just a solid color, black. Get your paintbrush again. Make sure that's 0 hardness still. And on that mask, make it nice and big. And hide it and bring it back. You can maybe turn the opacity down just a little bit. And the last thing we can do to kind of give this a little oomph is to take this grunge image, right click and copy that image. And let's bring that back to here and paste it in there, Control V. Do a Control T, get this covering my entire image. There we go. And now we can try some blend modes, just like we've done in some projects before. Ooh, there's a multiply blend mode. Maybe turn the opacity down a little bit. I could even add a mask if I wanted to. Maybe make a gray so it doesn't mask out completely, but just kind of lighten it up on my subject so it's not so grungy in that spot. And there you have it. There is a nice, quick, down and dirty way to make levitation photography.